Welcome back to my channel. This one is an exciting project. If I'll pull it off, it will be amazing. It will be a feather in my cap. Remember, a feather. So I'm starting with a American poplar, soft but hard, and I'm marking on two sides in exactly the same spot, 40 millimeter from the edge, and I'm drilling on both sides. I'm drilling a hole of 60 millimeters with 40 millimeter depthness. I'm sorry, that's in millimeters. I don't know feet. And I'm starting filling them up with a resin that looks like dark copper, black, and I'm putting inside shavings from previous project that I had, and I don't want it to be smooth. The whole idea here is not to make it smooth. I want it to look like lava rock that got dry. You know, the granite, lava granite that's got the pit holes and it looks rough. That's what I want to get. That's the idea behind it. So I drilled a 60 millimeter hole. I drilled it 40 deep in, so it gives me 10 millimeters to the edge. And now I'm going to leave it like that, and I let it stay overnight and cure. It dried from yesterday, so I'm starting to do exactly the same thing on this side. You notice it's not in the center of the wood, so it's going to be also off-center turning on quite a thick and bold piece of wood, and I really hope that everything will work all right. It works in my head, and it worked on the drawing that you saw at the beginning. Now this thing is a project that I messed up totally before. So I think it's about a year and a half ago, and still some places the resin is not 100% set. I still get a little bit of drops coming out, but instead of throwing it away, I thought, well, I'll keep it on the shelf of the disaster project that I'd done on my shelf, and I'll use this one as the base for the poplar. You will see what I mean by that. Now, the only thing I'm doing now is I'm squaring it straight, flat, so I can glue on the other piece of wood. You see, I just mark it in case something goes wrong and it comes off. It's been marked, so I don't have to start from the beginning marking it, because it's off center, and now I'm gluing it on. The idea behind it is I want to create a ball that will emerge out of the wood without, it will be a quarter of the ball in the wood and 3/4 out of the wood, but without making a ball and glue it into the piece of wood. So off-center turning, very important is I was watching my elbow all the time. Of course, I'm using all the time my mask, my face shield, and the main thing that I had to remember myself all the time is that I'm cutting a lot of air, and you will see why. Because in the center it's more wood, but as I go to the outside, to the wings, it's more air than wood. So I have to be very careful, because if I push a little bit too deep, it will catch. And I don't want to have a catch on this one because it's glued with hot gun glue. The reason why is it hot gun glue and not a proper glue, because I have to remove it and turn it around. So that will be a problem. And you saw that I've got the line. When I stopped it, there is a line. That's the line that connects both sides. They've got the same line of the 40 millimeters, and that's where you see this line over there. That's the line that I have to get to it, because then I know that I'm in the center or actually I'm in the 40 millimeter depthness that I drilled from the beginning. So it's 30 millimeters for the radius of the ball, and 10 millimeters because I drilled the whole thing 10 millimeters from the edge. I hope you understood what I mean by that. If not, on the remarks, ask me and I'll explain. But I think that I'll try to explain more a little bit later. But basically, the drill is the radius is 30, the depthness is 40, and that will create half a ball. And now I'm starting with a half a ball. I made myself a plastic jig, so I will know that it's that I got the right measurements, and yeah, it's so close to the edge. I need to be so careful, because one wrong move and I will feel it for a few days in my elbow or now I'm drilling a hole. And you said, but Ahron, you said that you want to make a ball. Wait for it. There is a reason to why I drilled this hole. And I'm finishing now to just hollow it out a little bit so it will look nice, not just a hole in the middle. And there is a reason to my madness why I'm doing it. I'm using here I took out from my panel shop, from my body shop, a rubber mallet, and I'm cleaning it with the rubber mallet. It's much safer than trying to hold it in my hand. I'm not going to go too wild on the sandpapering on this project, because I want it to be rough. So I'm going to take out the scratches, but I'm not going to remove the holes and the pit holes and all of those things. I want it to stay like that. So if you see it and you say, but it's not a perfect polish as I usually do on all my jobs, it's on purpose. Now I'll turn it around and I'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. But here I can't use a revolving tailstock because half of the center is gone when I machined it away on the other side. So I created a silicone holder, a silicone cup that sits on the revolving chuck, and this one is the support that I'm using to remove the majority of the wood. The only problem with this one that this will leave me more to take in the center without the support of the tailstock. Now if you look in the center where I cut where is the light and where is the air that I'm cutting off, you will see the shape of the ball that I'm trying to get to. As it turns, you will see it. Even from here, from this angle, you can see the ball emerging slowly from the wood. Now you can see it very clearly, and like I said, it's glued to the side, and when I'll take the tailstock off and I don't have support, I'm worried about. And there was a reason for that, and I don't know what happened, but you will see it now. It did happen to me too. It just came off the chuck for some reason or another and just flew out. And thankful I've got my face shield. I just my shoulder got a little bit of a nip, but nothing to stop me completing this project. The same thing, I'm sandpapering it with 120 all the way to 400, and then I'm using a little bit of a pad but dry, and now I'm going to use Yorkshire grit to try to clean and to give it a little bit of a shine, but That's all, not more than that. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to use, this time I'm using on the American poplar. I found out that you can use a honeybee wax, and it sits nicely into the wood, and I like it very much. And now you see the colors already of the bowl. And when I done the resin, I done another 3 cups. 2 small cups and a leftover in another cup. And now I'm going to show you 3 things that I still do out of this resin, and you'll have to wait and see them. All of them come together towards this madness of mine, and the reason why I'm doing it. And not the reason why I'm doing it, why I'm doing those 3 projects, those small 3 things that are going to be a part of the whole project. And now finish number 1, and I've got another 2 to do, 2 different ones, and then I'll assemble everything. You'll see why I made those 2 extra pieces for this project. You must be a little bit of patient. Good things happen to people that wait. It looks like a duck whistle, but it's not a duck whistle. Even if it looks like a duck whistle and it walks like a duck whistle, it's not a duck whistle. This one came out from a leftover cup that I usually do, and that's the last minute decision to cut another one. Didn't plan it to do it, but as it evolved, it works, and now I'm parting it off, and now I'm going to have just a small ring, and that's all. Now that's the duck call that you saw, the duck whistle, and this one will sit on this side, and the ring that I cut will be sitting on the other side. And that's almost there, my logo of course. And now I'll reveal exactly what this one looked like and what's the idea behind all of those things. What do you think? Have a look at it. What do you think? If you like it, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and put some remarks at the bottom, and let me know what do you think, and I will see you in my next video. Not my last, my next video.